Hi, it's David here with Futures Trading. Want to give you some more information. Now, this is all about timing the market. I want to help you be able to do that because when I put out the alerts, if you're new to trading, you may have a hard time just trying to, I guess, grab it. And so, even though I put out the trend, the market structure, the two-leg removal process, even three price patterns that have several different applications, you may still have a hard time trying to figure out when will the momentum stop moving against me. Now, I'm gonna use a standard price base oscillator that's in your platform that should be, in any platform that you're using. So hopefully this is something that you can kind of pull out the box. And then again, if you're new to trading, this should help. Now, if you've been trading for however long and you use this particular tool, which is the RSI, and I'm gonna show you how to use the RSI in a very simple manner. And again, it's something that's right in your platform. But I'm gonna give you some information about it that can probably, I guess, kind of get you the odds of winning more so in your favor. And again, it's a price-based oscillator. And I know a lot of people say they're lagging. Math is math, and that's all oscillators are. They're math. And so if you know how to use the math that it's telling you, then maybe, math is exact. One plus one is two. So it's something that can benefit you if you know how to interpret the oscillator. So I'm gonna dive into that, but right now I want to show you that, of course, at 3:20 this morning, I put this alert out. All right. And this was on Twitter, and I'm gonna show you the chart in a second. This was on Twitter at 3:20 to 3:20 a.m. And then, of course, this morning I put it online. That was about 5 hours ago. All right. So this is what it looked like side by side. All right. So let's go side by side. Matter of fact, let me blow this up. All right. And just kind of move it over a little bit. I thought I can leave it like that, but that's okay. You'll get it. You'll see where I'm going with it. All right. So we were up here. All right. And of course, I said price was here. The YouTube alert price was there. All right. And so they've been managing to kind of just swing, 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 swing. And so what I did was I thought about it. I said, well, if I give you the information and don't, further, I guess, further explain how to time when it should slow down and cycle back in the opposite direction, because two-leg removal is all over the chart. I mean, it really is. So here's a leg down. It pushed up, went past that leg. It can go past this one, just don't pass that one, and push down, made another leg, push down, made another leg. They couldn't get back up to this leg. So I'm gonna try to help you out. They came here, pulled up, took off again, one, two, pulled up. You can pass this one, just don't pass that one, pushed again, so forth and so on. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to show you an oscillator how to utilize the two-leg removal, the market structure. I'm gonna try to get you to, I guess, attach this to the range. So when I show you the RSI, attach it to the range, attach it to the trend. Try to go with the direction of what they're doing. That's number one and most important. All right. So that was that one. Now, if you're not familiar with the price pattern, I put this on Twitter just to get people, hey, take a look at this. So in the video, price was here on the hourly. All right. So the hard stop are the levels, and there's the no close above with the NC. And again, price was on this bar in the video. So you can go back and take a look at that alert this morning. And I even told people they may come as far as under here in that video. And I told them that this could last about 2 or 3 days if they want to stay down. That's the only thing. So if you're not familiar with that price pattern, please go ahead and click the playlist. I'm gonna leave it down below, and you can watch all the videos. It's about an hour and a half, and I promise you, if you watch it, if you're new to trading, it's going to benefit you a great deal because I'm gonna outline so much in an hour and a half. I've condensed many years of experiencing, trading losses, wins. I've condensed a lot of material, and I'm an educator. I've condensed, and I'm a trader. I'm a trader first. I condensed a lot of material of the many, many trades I've taken over the years, and I've tried to make it, well, let's say the stuff that I can make available to the public. I tried to make it very easy for you to interpret and the language for you to be able to explain it to your loved ones so that way they can begin to see what it is that you're interested in if you're new to trading. Now, if you've already been doing this, hopefully it'll help you. So you can take a look at that price pattern. It's called the no touch mid price pattern. It's actually in the trading guide playlist. So you can definitely take a look at that. And I hope it benefits you very much so. So without further ado, let's take a look at that same chart, but we're going to look at the RSI. All right. So now I'm going to just kind of overlay this on top of it. And we're going to start back to where that range was. And I'm going to do something else too. I'm going to pull this 5 second into the screen. I know you're like, what? A 5 second? Yes, a 5 second chart. So that way you can kind of see this information because I'm not going to hold this video too long. I'm not. So I'm going to give you this content within a timely manner, and we're gonna get off here. So I want to go ahead and just show it to you via here. Via here, you can take a look at that. And let me see if I can open this up. Just it's not gonna let me do that too much. Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna take and do this. I'm gonna just kind of put this on top, and then I'm gonna scroll through here, and you can kind of watch what I'm gonna tell you. Primarily with these zones. Now, let me say this. Primarily with these zones that's on that line, I'm gonna tell you what that line is. It's not the 50. It's not the 50. It's the 55. Okay, I want you to use the 55. Okay, and the black line is now the RSI is a 15 period 15 smooth, so it's 15 15. Just remember that number 15. All right, the black line is what you're going to primarily reference these zones for. And we're going from, let's go ahead and talk about it. We're going from 55 up to 65. We're kind of doing that static level thing. So, again, that's some more information. You can take a look at the static levels, the range, and of course, the chart scale. So, in that video, I use numbers. That's important. All right. So, we're going to incorporate them into the RSI. Now, if you look on this RSI here, on this 5 second chart, you can see that black line has now rolled into that red area. All right. So, and it's moving away a bit because of that little pause that they're doing. Now, here come the overshoot. They may run a stop or two, and then it may rotate back down. So that's why I kind of got this in here, so it can kind of feed you the information a bit faster. All right. So now I'm gonna start back here from where the London was, and then we'll go into it. Okay, well, maybe it won't take off. That black line is diving back into that center line, and that's a reset. They'll reset it and probably try to take back off. But let's see what happens moving forward. But you want to kind of use that black line in relation to these boxes. All right, you just kind of want to do that. And so that's what you got. You got the 55 to the 65, and then from this side, because if they're coming down and you want to pick it up, you go 55 to 45. All right. So you just want to go 10 out. All right. So now 15 15 is the RSI weight. Now the high line, the low line, I got 25 here and I got 85 up here. All right. Now you're probably saying, well, why is the line green up here and red down here? Well, that's kind of how I wanted to, I guess, represent itself on the chart. Like, hey, there's a lot of buying going on right now. Is it may turn into some selling, but sometimes they may keep going. Sometimes, and then of course down here is a lot of selling going on, so it may keep selling or it can turn around. So I didn't want to put it where you're always trying to counter it. Trying to counter trend. The black line never got out of it. It seemed like they wanted to run them stops. Or there's your divergence if you're looking for that. If that's something you want to look for. So you had the. I'm not one to try to want to teach you all of that. I just want to kind of show you, hey, if you see this starting to line up, there may be an opportunity where it will probably roll over. Now, this is the 5 second chart. All right. All right, so just give yourself, and like I said, just a little bit there. When that black line get in there, just understand that it may run a stop because I told you it may run, run past them, may run the stop. I know that black line don't really do the overshoot, not so much. Now, clearly they just bust out of it. All right, so it may pick up some more speed. It may. Now, if not, that's one leg. You can get past this leg, just don't pass this one. It may rotate back up, maybe. I don't know. But we'll see. So just keep an eye on that. Again, here go it's in the red area right here. Remember I told you it can do some more selling. We just went over that. Like, hey, it might turn around or it may do some more selling. So that's kind of something that I wanted to put in front of you. That's why I put the red line down here, not the green one. And so hopefully that just me saying that it showed up. Thank you. So that's something I just kind of want you to keep in mind, because it may not be all the time that it will turn around down there. That's all I want to. But I did, however, put lines on the chart where there were turnarounds, and then there's a black line here. I'm sorry, I should have made this one black too. Let me do that right now. There's a black line here kind of indicating that I did not really like the actual turn itself. Like, hey, that might have would have turned into something that you don't want. So because here it stopped, and but it didn't really yield anything. Then it pushed again, and then here that's where you kind of got a little bit more, and that's because that black line is definitely in the red zone, and then you had to drop back there. All right, so now let's take a look from where it started. Let me hurry up and get to this guy. I don't want to hold you long, and you can go through your chart and pick it apart however you want to, and just back test. See, well, trading is one of the things you got to forward test. I'm gonna be honest with you. You can look back all you want. It's not really going to help you, and that's why you got to get that real time. I'm not going to say it's not going to help you. There's a lot of people that do a lot of back testing. They love back testing. There's nothing wrong with it. But I think, and this is just me. you need to see it happen in real time because the market conditions, they change quite a bit. They do. And sometimes the volatility can alter itself instantaneously right then and there. And so back testing has limitations. I would say that it has limitations. Back testing is good. I want to make sure I say that. I don't want to take away from anybody's efforts in life because it's really really important that you get, I guess, acknowledged for the things that you're doing. So back testing is good. It's just make sure you look at it in real time. That's all. Make sure you do that. So here we go up at the top. The range is going to form. You can find out what the range time is. I don't want to dive into all of that, but the range is going to form. They kind of move down. You can see where the line is at. The black line there is kind of coming in. You can use the blue line. Trust me, the blue line is more so important when it deals with these extremes. And definitely if it falls outside of the bounds, you should know that black line. Hey, it's not. It shouldn't get all the way up there. And if it do, yeah, you're really dealing with something really bullish. For instance, right in here. You see the black line jumped out of it, and the blue line is like way up here. Yeah, they may not just go back in there. You can just kind of give just an idea of how much space is in between that, and you got another push to the high there, and then here come your move here. They came from here, they push up higher, and you want to wait for a reset. That's another thing too. I got to make sure I stress to you. Resetting is important too. They need to come down and hit that 55, and then make another push. I got to make sure I say that. The reset is really, really important. I'm trying not to go too fast where you'll miss what's really, really remarkable about trying to use just this tool. Okay. You want to try to make sure that they go hit that reset. That's all. And where are we at? Okay, so we're right there. All right, so we're right there. All right. And so they went up, they pushed down. Here come the reset. You can already see it diverging a bit, on that push up. We didn't get a higher move up here. Matter of fact, let me use this one. Let me use this one here so you can kind of see what the tops of them were at that particular time. So there we go. All right, so now let me move this one, and I'm gonna use that one as well. And so this is kind of like it's kind of like a couple things going on with this RSI, but I know I'm putting it all in front of you. Just hit rewind and watch it again. That's all. So here come the reset. This is important too. And so and then they ran up even higher. Okay, now we're going to draw this up even higher. Now they did stop right here. You can go with this one too if you want. Hey, you went right there because you don't know if it's going to go that far. You don't know. At least with respect to you're just beginning, you don't know. All right. So you might have to use price patterns and stuff to kind of get all of that to work. And so they went up higher. We'll go with that wick right there. Let's go down because that would have been the first one you would have seen. So and so they pushed up from here. Okay, they pushed up from here, and then they pushed again. All right, so they pushed again, and that was from this bottom here. They pushed up higher, and so you go from here down to here, and they're pushing higher, and it's steadily declining. All right, and then they stopped, and then they pushed again, and you had a small lift. But remember, we're trying to do this from the reset area. So they was up here, and then they came down to reset. So you definitely got that divergence there. All right, so now it turns, and now here come the process of trying to get this thing to break down from the alert. All right, because the alert I gave it like over here. So you're seeing all of this take place. You're seeing the black line diving into, this. All right. Now remember, you got to remember your trend. I put that out too. You got to get that 7 bars and all of them, being low or whatever. Please go back and look at that video because it's important to know what a trend is doing. And I know you see all of this up in the backdrop and people are trying to buy it, trying to pick it up, trying to pick it up. But then they come with this, and of course they're not getting above. This is a leg because it paused. Even though the candle's red, it paused and it pushed down again. That's a leg. They can pass this one, just don't pass this one up here, and they push down again. So now your oscillator is definitely starting to use the backside of that 55, and now you're under the red part. That's not cool, and then it drops even lower. All right. So now you got, now you got some strength on this side that's saying, hey, because we fell out of the green, black line and the blue line fell out of the green, and it's beginning to move down. They pushed up, came back for the retest, and you can just see where these blue lines are. Okay. These blue lines is trying to line up to what's important. So the median of the range is here. All right. That's in the middle. You're outside the bounds. The black line is still in there, and you probably could have caught that rollover. All right. And so then you had another one here. Wasn't satisfied with this one. It didn't reach all the way up. All right. So you had a push. It came down. It didn't make a new low. Okay. After resetting, it didn't make a new low. It came down, went even lower. So that's not happening. You didn't get no divergence there for it to turn around, so it's going even lower. And you can go ahead and pick this apart. I'm gonna just scroll through it and you can pick it apart. I don't want to, take too long of your time. But while doing this, I want you to watch, of course, this information here. Okay. And you saw them push a bit more, but then of course they popped up, they hit the center line, kind of offered you the move back down. I want to explain them both to you why they're happening, but I gotta definitely focus in on the one I drew all the lines. I did a lot of work there. So they, of course, you can pick it up too. I just try not to, outline, these moments where it came down here, hit the red part, even went a little bit lower, but there's no reset. But you can still pick it up if you want. That's up to you. You can use your own discretion on that. Here, you kind of got even, even on these tops, but I marked it here because that's the first time it pushed and actually got there. Now, some would say they came in here, but remember, I'm making this line thicker, and there's a reason why I'm doing that too. I don't like the fact that it's a thin line because then it makes it just makes for a problem. Make it kind of thick, so that way when they try to overshoot, you want to see, I mean, a lot of the line on that side if they really have any intent on really moving the market in that direction. So little skinny lines can sometimes obscure what's actually happening. They didn't really touch the 55 right here. They didn't touch it yet, but they did touch it going into this push here with this big bar. They touched it, so I put the line there. And again, all in front of you. That's why I got this real time thing going on right here on the 5 seconds, so you can kind of see the behavior. So there's the black line pulling into the blue line. There you go. And that's the thing that you really want to gauge. You want to see if it'll roll over. See all of this back and forth in here after setting that top. You want to try to go in and grab that when it turns. Now, if you watch the video about the stops, now this is something that you can incorporate into what I'm telling you about this information with the RSI. If you get the candle that's going in your direction, for instance, I'll draw it out. If you get the candle going in your direction and the next one is favoring that move, now remember, you do not want that candle to be going significantly far back into this candle here. You do not want that. All right. If you see that shaping up, which is right about here, they probably gave you a little bit of it here too. It's just that candle green right there, but I know it's red. They gave you a little bit of it there. It'll pull up to it and test it, but it should offer you the move. All right. So that's something that you can go in and utilize and kind of get it to run down the board there. So just wanted to put that in front of you. So just to be clear, the black lines are just trades where I wasn't exactly happy with the result. Okay. And again, you can pause the video, go back and rewind it. I'm going to push it forward here and we can kind of see what it's doing now. Let's take a look at that. But that's something that I want you to definitely consider. So it's the RSI. Okay. I'll type it on the chart for you here. It's the RSI. It's the RSI. And trade better than I can spell 15, 15. All right. And you'll want to use the overbought, let's say OBS. You want to use these line overbought, oversold. You want to use 85 for the top line. And then you want to use the 25 for the bottom. All right. And of course, we can't forget this one, 55 center. Okay. Now with reset for divergence. Uh-oh. Reset. All right. For divergence. I'm not going to go and spell over. I'm already going to take up a lot of space on this chart. All right. So you got to get them to hit that center line. And then you want them to break even lower. Try to go lower with the break. And then you can say, hey, now I believe there's a chance that this thing may want to turn around. Now, how far it go, that's a whole nother situation. Remember, you got to combine all the information I've already provided in the trading guide. And that's like just some foundational stuff to get you where you want to go. But again, this is for you if you're new to trading and you're trying to use an oscillator because you've seen it somewhere on YouTube. Hey, use this RSI. That's fine, and you can do that, but just make sure that you apply some information to it. And that's my goal, is try to give you some stuff that you can go ahead and apply to it and get it to work. And to me, it's again just a little bit of information here. 15, 15. Uh, overbought, oversold. You want your, which is really absolutely no. There's no condition that's really overbought and oversold. If they want it to go further, it's going further. So I will say that to you if you're new to trading, you don't know that. It's no such thing as this. It's not. That's why you it's no such thing. I don't care how many people you hear say it, it's not true. All right. I'm a trader. I've been doing this for many, many, many years, and I'm an educator. I know this is not true. It's just is it that on that price level, the liquidity is essentially ready to, shift and go in the opposite direction? Can we move it in the opposite direction? That's all. Just look at it like that layman's term. Can we start buying from this price and then go back in the opposite direction? It's not that it's overbought or oversold. It's that terminology is crazy. But here it is. But again, that's something that you'll find out the more you do this. You want to go with that center at 55. Okay, make sure you use that, because 50 gives a lot of overshoots and it's not fun. All right. Uh and then the reset. Make sure it comes down and hit, make sure at first, make sure it goes low, come back up, hit the reset, and then move down, break the low. But this won't essentially, go beyond that. And I tried to show you an instance of that, but I don't want to get too much into that, because that's something you need to learn just with time, over time. All right. So I hope this has been much more informative for you. Let's see if we can just stay on here until they get past here. And I want to see what the response will be. Hopefully you've been able to benefit from this information clearly. Right here, let's look at this. When they made this turn here, okay, the oscillator was, of course, up here, and then they came back for the test. When they came back for the test, if you notice, look at the decline on that. All right, so that's interesting. I mean, again, that's playing that backside action. All you would have to say, hey, just don't come back outside that red zone, take the short. You can go back and rewind the video, if you want. And that's kind of like, them hitting the gas. They have their foot on the gas and they're not going to let it up, and so they're playing that backside again. When this black line falls outside of that zone, it's definitely something to take and pay attention to that. That's all I can tell you. You can kind of see it here on this 1 minute here. That black line fell outside that buy zone, and look at that run. All right. Hopefully they'll do it right here. I know we're up kind of high here, so it may diverge a little bit, but I hope that you're finding this information beneficial. All right. So here's a supposed, because we made a new low, and it's let's see, can they get back this after the reset, because it went up there, reset. They're making a new low, and this is higher. Let's see if it'll pop up. Okay. Again, 5-second chart. I trade futures, the NQ, and it's really fast. Again, and I can honestly tell you, I don't even use this in my trading. I got some other tools that I coded for myself, that I like to use. But I know for someone that's starting out, this right here could definitely, I mean, it could definitely help you with timing. They hit the reset with it. They're going for another low here. Let's see. And again, it's diverging, but sometimes it don't stop, and that's the reason why I said there's no such thing as overbought, oversold. It may not stop the first time. You want to see if it can do it like 3 times before you even begin to think that it'll turn around. Okay, so there may be some other information. So reset for divergence. Let me just put that on the chart too. Uh, see it 3 times. Okay, try to see it 3 times. Just try to see if you can see it 3 times. All right. Oh, I didn't put the three in there. Hold on. 3 times. All right. Try to see if you can see that happen at least 3 times before you go and just think that, oh man, this is overbought. I need to get in on it right now. It may not stop. Okay. And so that's something that you'll now here we go. We got another one. All right. So this is, let's go with two. That's two. And try to hold you up here just for a second. That's all. Just for a second. That's two. And we didn't get lower. We didn't get lower. So let's see how far to pop up this time. Okay, so that's two. That's two. All right. Let's see what we get on this one. Let's see how far to reach up. Remember, you can pass the first leg, just don't pass the second one. All right. So let's see. Let's see how far to reach up. Your black line trying to get back in there. Now remember, this 1 minute, it's coming outside. So, and it's divergent too. It is. So let's see what happens. We're not going to wait for this 1 minute. We don't have the time for that. But let's give this a go. Oh, actually, it's this one. I'm sorry. Let me slide that over. All right. So let's go like that. New low. And we're going to go here. Okay. So, oh, Forgive me with these drawing tools. Let me see here. After the reset, kind of getting a new low. Maybe it'll pop up a bit. Again, utilize the range, the price patterns, utilize all that information, the two leg removal, utilize all that stuff. Don't look at it just through, just one particular aspect of trading this. And again, this is a technical setup. I have to say this. This is a technical setup. It's not price action. So much so. It's a technical setup. So you'll want to make sure you're combining the price action. Okay, there's your okay. So now it's doing that leg thing to the upside. We're going like this, doing like that. Now, if you plan on going higher, you can take this out. Okay. Just don't take that out. Okay, that's two leg removal. You don't want that. Now from this side, you can get past this leg. That's fine. Okay. Just don't pass this one right here. Now, if you're doing the broader move, let's say you want to do broad, okay, you will go here, you will go here, okay, and then you would say, hey, you can take out this one, just don't take out this one. I try to give you a micro move, and if you're a scalper or somebody like that, that's something that you will look forward to. You will see them pull in here, okay, and then if you see that they pass this leg, and that's when you would be looking for the scenario where I told you about the bars. Okay. I kind of purposely made sure I didn't use any bars with like the red and green outline, kind of giving you that back. Well, I wanted to smooth the price action out so you can just look at it from, kind of like how far it travels. That's important. But here, you go with a bar that can favor that bar. You don't want them to reach up too far and then to stop right behind that bar. Okay. And so, it passed here. Now remember, it can come back down. And please, if you would like to, and it probably makes sense too, do this. Look at the market structure video because that's what I'm talking about right now. You can pass this leg, just don't pass this one if you plan on turning around and going back up. Okay. Now the black line is coming near the back of the green zone. Now, if it fall out of it, it's gonna probably just take right off again. Okay, now that would make sense if they're going to go down because it's like, hey, you didn't pass this leg. And so even more so why it could, definitely keep going. But let's see if it'll react right in this area, right off the turn, and right in all of that red, right in there. See if they'll give you some kind of push back in this opposite direction and see if they'll run back up here and take out this pivot here and then maybe turn up here and just fake everybody out and then come back down and take off running again. I'm not gonna hold the video that long, but I wanted to show it to you in real time. I'm not someone that'll tell you something and can't like show it to you while the chart is actually moving. That's how you essentially make, a living. You got to be able to do it while it's moving. And so all the hindsight stuff online or a lot of stuff that's so, again, convoluted and saturated with a lot of language that you can't explain to no one. I'm not an astronaut, not an engineer. I trade, okay? And so I don't want to use terminology that you cannot be able to grasp. Okay. So I want to use terminology. Now I know a lot of terminology associated with trading, but it's not going to benefit you as the beginner trader if I use it. Okay. What's important is that I explain it to you in a way that you can explain it to people that you care about. Because when you take on a new endeavor or a new job, I'm sure you're excited to share the news. Hey, I got a new job. Now again, if you're a physicist or something like that, you can't go and tell people what how it is that you do what you do. But clearly, a trader, we're smart, and a lot of us have egos out of this world. That I mean, really, I mean, you can't even fit in the room with the ego themselves because we feel that we're doing something that the whole world can't do, and it's just someone needs to explain to the whole world how to properly do it. That's all, and then the whole world could do it. And I'm one of them guys that would do that. I don't mind sharing it and telling you how to do it. It's not hard. It's not something that you can't do. It's not. So there's the break of that leg. They broke this one, didn't break that one. I've been doing this for many years, people. So if you want to learn more, keep watching the channel. I'm gonna try to put out a little bit more information. I can't give away too much stuff because again, I'm educating. There's people I've trained, and I can't go and tell you stuff that I've told them. It's just absolutely wrong, and that wouldn't be fair to them. But this is some basic stuff, an hour and a half of information that can absolutely change your trading and get you where you want to go. All right. So I wish you all the best with your trading. If you like the video, leave a comment down below. Let me know if it's benefiting you any. Just let me know because essentially it guides me as to what to put on the channel next. Leave a like if you like the video. Share it with a friend. Share it with someone that's struggling with trading or want to get into it because a lot of traders are struggling and they're ashamed to say so. They are, and you shouldn't be. It's a hard job. You're trading with professionals the moment you start this. It's a hard job, people. All right. So leave me a message or a like, and I appreciate all the support and my followers. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you. If you want to join me on Twitter to get the alerts earlier, just click the link in the header. I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.